Right here. That's it right there.
I have a
See?
lazy eye.
You're live. You're live. We're live. Hey guys. X-Ray Vision here. Quattro Cinco Studios. How are you guys doing tonight? I was really bored watching TV with Hex-Ray Chick, and she said, let's go to bed. And I said, I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to stream. And I'm going to force the director, aka my daughter, to go streaming with me. So we have 0 viewers. We've been going live for 45 seconds. That's good, right? I put the StreamYard link in the chat if anyone wants to join us. We're here just chilling, talking with our crypto bros. All right. Earlier, Bobby Hexelrod was in the house, but I don't know what happened. I had to refresh the screen. Goldman Hex, what's happening, sir? It's good to see you. Alex P's in the house. Crypto Cliff Note. Let's go. Hello, good people. What's up? I just got home from Vegas. We went down to Vegas. We celebrated Gamma Ray's 21st birthday, where he got white girl wasted, and we had a lot of fun. We went and saw a couple shows. We went and saw Ka in Vegas. Ka's pretty sweet. And then we went and saw a show that I liked even better called Shin Lin. And Shin Lin is, I guess he was on America's Got Talent. And he does really amazing card tricks, really fast. Like, he just pulls cards out of the air and lights them on fire and puts them in your pocket. And Goldman Hex says, WTF, Vegas again? This dude is hooked. I love Vegas. I love going to Vegas. I love the energy of Vegas. Alex P says, life is good. Goldman Hex is handling biz to DC more. Hex. And it says, someone check on Maddie. Yeah, I don't know. Where is Maddie? He should jump on here and chat it up. Not that he doesn't have better things to do, I'm sure. But yeah, we went to Vegas, had a great time, came back, and as soon as we came back, we were hunting deer. Like big deer. What kind of deer were we hunting? Mule deer. The answer is mule deer. Mule deer. We were hunting mule deer.
I agree with him.
Yep, Kay. Charles Carroll, whoa, let's go. Hey, how are you doing, buddy? But the real question is, are you buying Zen FTS? No, I did that whole Zen thing with a little bit of gas in the beginning, and then I realized anyone can print as many as they want. So in a way, it's kind of like Dogecoin, but Dogecoin had a community, and that was a big part of why it took off and had its spikes and craziness, whereas Zen really doesn't have a community. Would you agree with that? But what do you want to go by? I'm not going to call you by your name on this. Nobody wants your real name. You got to come with a YouTube name. If you don't come up with a new name,
the director.
I do call you the director. Do you like the director? Because
really
if we don't give you a name, chat will give you a name. Chat called.
They're gonna say something mean.
No, chat called. They gave my son the name Gamma Ray. And then they gave Caitlin they named Hunter Ginger Ray because she looks like she has really red hair. Wait, is that your daughter?
No.
The erector? No, not the erector. The director. Richfield Dominic, behave yourself. You're not going to get a wrench. You're going to be the only person on Earth without a wrench. That's what's going down here. Let's pull up our channel, make sure we can wrench these homies. Look at that. That's we are definitely live. Kill that. Let's see. Yeah, Richfield Dominic, you're the only one in here Well, actually, Charles Carroll, reach down inside your pocket. You'll find yourself a wrench there, my friend. Charles Carroll, you got a wrench. Richfield Dominic, you need to say some nice stuff or you're not going to get a wrench. Goldman Hex, I don't understand what emoji that is. But anyway, yeah. So we went hunting deer, and the director here shot her first deer since she was 12, 13. So when she was 13 years old, she saw her first deer, right?
Yeah.
And this is what, four years later?
Yeah.
You finally got a tag again, and you dropped a 3-point buck just right out in front of us. It was a very, I'm not going to say it was an easy shot.
It was an easy shot.
Okay, so she says it was an easy shot.
It was like so close to the car.
It was basically rubbing against the hood of the truck when we pulled the trigger.
It's easy.
Goldman Hex says that's a poor pleb pizza party emoji. No Quattro Cinco, just PP. Fiber Finance has a nice picture of Bambi there. We got 12 people in the chat. Holy cow.
I've been here for 6 minutes. Can I go?
No.
You said I only
We
had to
haven't
be here
had
for 5 minutes.
We haven't had viewers for 5 minutes. You have to stay till we have viewers for 5 minutes, and we didn't have any viewers till like 4. They all just barely showed up. And the only reason that they're watching is because there's someone besides me talking into the microphone. They're like, who is this? Who is this strange director who kills deer in the morning and goes to school in the afternoon? So what did you do right after we shot the deer, brought it back to the house? Where did you go?
My bed.
You went straight back to bed.
To sleep. I'm
for
tired.
like 3 or 4 hours?
7. Yeah. And I had school at 1.
Yeah, so she went back, she got her power nap in of 3 or 4 hours, woke up, went to school. You're done with high school this year, right?
Yeah.
Done with high school, and what else are you done with this year?
High school.
No, the other thing that you get at the same time.
High school. What do you want from me? I don't know what you're talking about.
It has to do with college.
Oh. Well, I don't know.
She's gonna get her.
We'll see how that goes.
She's supposed to be getting her associate's degree and her high school diploma at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Because she goes to a special program for very smart kids. Yup, says, where'd you shoot muleys at? Well, we shot them in Utah.
Your mom's.
We shot muleys at your mom's. Wow. Maybe that's why they're so salty in chat. They're picking up on your attitude. Talk about Hex W. You in? Price action be crazy. Sit tight, OL. I ran over a fox the other day and was traumatized for 6.9 miles, no lie. Nice. To sleep, LOL. That's gold. Killed Bambi, then slept it off. You weren't asleep when I went to get you. You were just hanging out playing on your phone in the living room.
But now I'm gonna go to sleep.
No. Okay. LOL, yo mama jokes in full effect. All right, who's got a question in chat for the director? We got to keep her interested or she's going to bounce. She's going to bounce.
Let me please.
All right, let me, this is what everyone wants to know. Because everyone here is addicted to Hex, right? Yeah. We're all Hexicans, we're all crypto bros. We're chatting with the crypto bros. What's the first time that you heard about Hex?
For me.
For me?
Yeah.
And what did I say about Hex first time I mentioned it?
You said it's magic money.
I did say
that's all you told me for like 3 years. You have to get Hex. And I was like, no, tell me what it is. You're like, it's magic money. I was like, okay, explain. And then you're like, that's it.
That's it, it's just magic.
I was like, I'm not getting it if you're not gonna explain to me. You're just telling me if someone just came up to you on the street and was like, come get this coin, it's magic money. And you would just be like, yeah.
I was giving you the money though. I never tried to get. You never had to pay for it.
Yeah, but I didn't want you wasting money on something that I didn't even know was real. You were like, it's a magic money, and I was like, okay, and.
And what was I doing at the time? I was still driving truck, right?
Yeah.
And I said, it's magic internet money.
I didn't get it for years. You got the whole family to get it besides me.
I actually, this is funny. I set up all of my kids with a wallet, and you're the only kid that said, I don't want it, take it back, right?
That's because you wouldn't explain it to me. You just said it's magic money. That's it. Like, do you think I'm an idiot? I know not to just give my money to like people that say it's magic. I get phone calls every day saying I have to pay for my car. Like,
I gave you the money. I never asked you to give me money.
What do you want me to do? Just be like a little snobby, like little girl that's like, oh, I'll take all my dad's money, even if I don't know what it's for.
So
like,
she's the only kid that I actually took Hex back from. Out of all the kids, I literally, when her first short stake ended, I just took it all back. I was like, she doesn't deserve it. She doesn't love Hex the way the other children love it. Right?
Yeah. And then you like did better. And you explained it to me.
And how did I explain it to you?
You just showed me.
I showed you. How did I show you what Hex was?
Well, you started making money, so I was like, wait a minute, it is magic money.
Shout out to Hex Siren, who is wearing this shirt on one of her workout pictures, and I said, oh, I gotta get that shirt. And it's at Amazon, so you can get this if you look up. I think it's like Pulse Chain Crazy, whatever. Yeah, Pulse Chain Design T-shirts. This will pop up, and it just showed up, so I got that. So I told you what Hex was, and at that point, you put all of your money into Hex, right?
I didn't have any money. I don't have a job. I worked at a snow cone shack that you paid for.
Oh, let's talk about the snow cone shack. Okay, from your perspective, let's talk about how did the snow cone shack come into existence?
Mom will use it against me if I start talking about it.
Mom will?
Yeah.
She never watches this channel.
She will when I'm on it.
She might. She probably doesn't think you're on it. She's like, she doesn't want to be on your channel.
I don't. Let me go to sleep.
You're not going to sleep. You were playing on your phone.
Well, let's go watch a movie.
Okay, so were you going to watch Godfather 2?
No.
When are we going to watch Godfather 2?
Never.
You didn't want to watch... Oh, crap. X-ray chicks in the chat. So Mom is watching it. She just said, hey.
Hey.
Thanks for adding to the conversation, honey. We,
Hey, Mom.
So a long time ago, you said, if you buy me a snow cone shack, I'll run the snow cone shack. Right?
Yeah. Well, it was originally your idea. You were like, because there's a snow cone shack by us, and you were like, oh, this place makes so much money. They're making bakes. Snow cones are so good. What if we got a snow cone shack and Kayla and her friends just ran it, and then we'd be like so cool? And I was like, okay, I will do that. Absolutely.
And you did. Like, you helped set up the LLC. You said help do the paperwork. You got all of your brothers and sisters food handling permits, right? You even, like, when the guy came and checked on us, you were wearing gloves and everything. Remember that? Yeah. He was like trying to sneak. The food health inspector was trying to like all be sneaky and just show up at our snow cone shack in a tiny town with like no people. Yeah. He's all trying to act normal, sitting at a table like he's not checking on us the day after we got our food handling permit for our license. Remember? Anyways, child labor in return for Hex. I see what you did. David says, I tried to onboard my 9-year-old on Saturday. Sadly, he chose the Fortnite skin. I even offered to pay for the gas. Little convince him of it. LOL, I'll convince him eventually. Awesome. Snow Cone Chick. Oh my gosh, you just got the name Snow Cone Chick. It's easier to say than the director. So anyways, we get the snow cone shack. We figure it out. We're kicking butt, right? Like
No,
we are the
we're
best.
not.
We're the best snow cone shack
We
in
live in the
town.
smallest town in town. There's no one to compete with. There's like 10 people here.
Yeah, it's called a
And,
monopoly.
like,
It's awesome. If you want
Like-
to run a business, you gotta take over. Except for there
I
are.
would sit in the snow cone shack and look out the window, and a car wouldn't even. We're on Main Street. Like I look out on Main Street, and a car wouldn't even pass by for like 2 hours. I'd be like, wow.
Yeah, but we did get rushed. Like we did, like tour buses stopped a couple times
No.
with a whole bunch of people from China.
What are you talking about?
You weren't there that day. We had an entire tour bus.
What
of people
snow cone
from
shack
China.
did you work at? Because that was not the same when I worked at.
No, I swear.
No.
If Kayla and Delaney were here, they'd tell you the
You
story
didn't
that
live
the
here.
bus of Chinese people pulled up and they all just said tiger blood. They all got tiger's blood. We actually had to make a whole new jug of
The
tiger's
one time I
blood
remember being
that day.
like packed was like 4th of July.
4th of July was insane.
Because everyone comes to the Iron County Fair.
Oh my gosh. Shout out to X-Ray Chick. Dad's right. See, she remembers the bus of Chinese
Of
people.
course, that's right.
Refined hayseed
okay.
Appellation in the house.
Let's hear this history,
Charles
chick.
Carroll.
Stop hiding behind that screen and come downstairs and say it for yourself, huh? Go ahead.
She's calling you out, Hex-Ray Chick.
Come take my place. If
You
that's
have-
right.
The funny thing is, she could actually tap on the link on her phone and join us
Yeah.
in the green room. She wouldn't even have to leave her bedroom. Oh, thanks, Vibra. Thanks, Adam. Haha. When isn't Uncle Max right? I'm always right.
Uncle Max.
That's what he calls me. It's kind of weird, but I like it.
What the heck? Okay, goofy.
These are the real OGs in chat. Don't be fooled. Okay, so check it out. So we had this, and actually all the money in snow cones is in events, right? So we go to like a hospital party,
That's where,
wedding,
yeah.
family reunions, all sorts of stuff.
Like
fairs,
fairs,
fairs. You show up there, you can like triple your prices, and you just blow out. You make an insane amount of money at events.
Yeah.
And we actually had like 3 events on the books when we sold it
Mm-hmm.
that we turned over.
I
to
still
people
get
who sold.
emails from people that's like, "We need a snow cone shack." I'm like, I don't got that no more. Like,
You still get emails
yeah.
wanting the snow cone shack at an event.
Mm-hmm.
You should just tell them, okay, $500, and then go pay someone with a snow cone shack $400 to pocket the 100. Or better yet, buy Hex, stake it.
Wow. So smart.
That's why they
You must
call
be
me
the
Hex
first
Ray
person to ever
Vision.
say that.
I'm literally one of the smartest people I know. So you should have add ice cream on the bottom. Yeah,
We
that's
did.
how the
That was
Hawaiian
one of
served
them.
shaved ice. Boom, we did. That was one of the toppings, like the extras were so much money.
Yeah.
We made so much money on, so what do we have for the toppings? We had condensed,
Coconut cream, sweet condensed milk, ice cream on the bottom, whipped cream, and sour spray.
and sour spray, right. Hex brain freeze. Yeah, no doubt. Like people loved it. We made so much money.
But
And here's the
the
deal.
only thing is that I had to work every single day, just me, and I didn't get paid. Listen, before you say anything, I'm preaching. I'm saying my side. I worked every single day. We were closed on Sundays, but every day I would show up to the snow cone shack. We opened at like 1 or noon because I didn't wake up. So I will take that.
When did we?
We opened when I
We
woke up.
opened at noon.
But then I would stay open till like 7 or like 8. I stayed open till 8. And it would just be me every single day at the snow cone shack. My friends would like come over and say hi and stuff, but it would just be me every day.
They
You
just
guys-
wanted free
And
snow
then after
cones.
it was done, you guys were like, Caitlin, you never ever worked. But who else worked? Tell me. Nobody. I was the only one that worked.
That's
It was
true.
a full-time job.
So once we got
Without any
swinging
pay.
into this,
I didn't get any money.
once we got in full swing, I would come by the snow cone shack.
You would just eat a snow cone and then leave. You make like 6. You'd be like, here's my friends, let me impress them. I was like, okay. Let me refill all the syrups now. Thanks a lot.
Let me
Like,
tell you what, handing out free snow cones is like the ultimate flex. It's like, it's cooler than owning a bar and giving away alcohol because anyone can give away alcohol, but not everyone can give away shaved ice.
Yeah.
And we had the best shaved ice machine.
It kind of broke down sometimes.
Well, you had to know how to, like, you know, finesse it. So I would show up, and Refined Hayseed says, "I hope it's platonic. She's too young for Hexy. This is my daughter. You might just rewind back to the beginning of this. This is one of my 400 daughters.
I'm the best one.
She's the best daughter out of all of them. Forget Hunter, forget Grack. You guys haven't hung out with the oldest one that much, but she's not down here that often. So anyways, I would show up at the snow cone shack, give my friends some snow cones, right?
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, hey, I want to go hang out with so-and-so this evening. Can I shut down early? And I was like, no, you got to keep this open. You got to feed the people snow cones. You got to sell the snow cones. Otherwise, there's like, that's the whole point of the business.
I'm sorry, I wish I had one day a week off to hang out with my friends in the summer.
There was a couple times that I came and covered for you.
No,
you want to go hang
out. It's the middle of the summer, and I'm like 15.
There were times that
sorry, I wanted to like go do things.
Hexray Chick would also cover for you, right? Oh my gosh, I want to give Hexray Chick a wrench. I can't believe I haven't already given Hexray Chick a wrench. So yeah. So anyways, we after a while it like really started to suck. Working all the time, right?
Besides me.
No one would work. But you were the one that's supposed to run it, right?
I did, but I thought I could like hire people.
Yeah.
And you guys didn't. It's like, oh, just you.
I think our camera froze. Hang on. There we go. I think we're going again. Anyways, yeah, there's this stream. If you guys want to chill, come on stream. We're just hanging out tonight. We're just talking. We're just bored.
No.
We just want to chill with the Hexicans.
So that I can leave. I want to go to bed. I was forced into this.
So eventually,
like I was forced into the snow cone shack.
This is
but that's a lie.
When you said I don't want to do the snow cone shack, what did I say?
I never said I didn't want to do the snow cone shack.
You said I'm sick of working at the snow cone shack.
I said I said, can we hire people? And you said no.
That's
what happened. And then you said, fine, we'll sell it. And I said, no, I don't want to sell it. I want to hire people.
So he says, count your blessings, bro. Hug your family, snow cone, chick. Never take for granted your amazing fam. Oh.
Is this guy okay?
He's fine. Charles is one of the nicest people I know.
He's a little too happy for this world.
For this world.
No one's hurt him.
Okay. Well, that's cynical. So, anyways, his mom's like, I'm tired of running the snow cone shack. I blah blah blah. And I said, let it fail. I said, let the snow cone shack fail, right? Hexray Chick is just stirring the pot right here. She's just causing drama. I'll take away your wrench if you keep inciting violence. Listen. So I said, let it fail, because I thought in my mind, when school happens again and you're like, hey, I need money for clothes, I need money for this, I need money for that, I'd be like, well, what happened to the snow cone shack? Yeah. Like, consequence, natural consequences of what's going on. But what happened?
I ran it.
Who took over?
I did. I literally ran the snow cone shack.
Who took over the snow cone shack when you didn't want to be there?
Nobody.
Are you sure?
It would just be closed. I'd have volleyball practice, and I'd have to close down the snow cone shack, go to volleyball practice, and then go open the snow cone shack after being done with volleyball. I'm like sweating, and people are like, can I get a snow cone? And I like sweat, and like my hair's in an awful ponytail, and I'm like, yeah. I just was doing squats for like 3 hours, but here you go.
You did squats for 3 hours? Is that maybe an exaggeration, doing squats for 3 hours? It was 3 hours of squats.
That's what volleyball is.
You would not be able to walk a block to the snow cone shack.
But I did, because I was in charge. Because nobody else would work. I did that. So...
Okay, so eventually...
People say life's not hard. Look at me. I'm here. It's living.
Okay, this is the way I remember it. I don't remember
You
all.
didn't even live here. You were in a truck.
I was in a truck.
The way you remember is what Mom says to you. I hate Caitlin. She doesn't do anything.
Well, you just doxed yourself.
What do I do?
You're gonna get swatted now.
By who?
They know your first name. So check this out. I hear Mom be like, I have to run it all the time. I am so sick of running the snow cone shack. And I said, honey, let it fail. Let it go out of business. Let it just crash and burn. And she's like, no, I'm not letting it fail. I told you this would happen. I told you the kids would get tired of running it. She's like all pissed, right? And so I was like, just let it. So when I came home, and this is a bad thing. This is a lesson for all the Hexicans out here. I sold $4,000 worth of Hex to invest into the snow cone shack, right? Mm-hmm. And in the time we ran the snow cone shack, Hex did a 4x. So had I left the money in Hex, it would be 4 times greater than taking it out. And then I was so desperate to get the money back into Hex, I sold it at $1,000 loss just to get that money back into Hex. Now it went up a ton of X's after that, which is awesome, right? But that was my let that be a lesson to the Hexicans. If you sell your Hex for an amazing investment like a snow cone shack, you're better off leaving it in Hex. It's right there. Refined Hayseed says, my daughter 16 just saw you guys. We have fun too. It's great to have a daughter. Cheers. So much fun.
To women. Like, I don't know.
You saw earlier what X-Ray Chick wanted me to hug you and see what happens. Can I hug you on stream?
No, it's weird. Nobody goes and I'm like, oh, let me go watch Hex Siren and he's streaming. And then you go on and it's like, you mean I'm hugging my daughter today? Nobody cares.
Okay, we're going just for a short hug. You ready? Here we go. Oh, that was nice.
Your breath
that was nice.
Bad.
It really probably is bad. I need some Altoids down in this place. I was eating chips and salsa before I came down here. My apologies. And luckily, you guys can't smell it out there. Today, so my
I've been here for 27 minutes.
No.
Why are people still watching? Go to bed.
Dude, it's only 15
Who
people.
watches things for 30 minutes long?
It's you and me and Hex-Ray Chick and 14 of our closest friends.
Yeah,
just
go to sleep.
Just hanging out.
We're not that interesting.
We're just chatting with the crypto bros, dude.
Trust me, this is not worth 30 minutes.
Dude, Charles said awesome. He's really happy about that hug. I think we made Charles Carroll's night. Yeah, that's the kind of hugs we do. It's stiff, but affirmative. I would show you guys what it's like when she hugs me, but that doesn't happen. Very, very rarely does she hug me. I can count on one hand
You can.
the number of times you've hugged me since you were a toddler.
Since I was a toddler. Out of all my friends say I'm the most touchy person too. All my friends say I hug them the most and everything.
That's because of your
So what
friends.
does that say about you guys?
I guess we're just not cool. Oh, Hex Farmer in the house. What's up, Hex? Hello to the fam. Hey, buddy. We're just chilling and chatting about crypto, bro. Right? So anyways, long story short, I sold the snow cone shack, and guess what? She misses the snow cone shack.
All the time. I never wanted to sell the snow cone shack.
But you miss it the most.
I just wanted to hire people.
When you and your friends want snow cones is when you miss it the most.
Yeah.
Be honest, because you just want to go in there, fire up the machine.
Or eat like 20 snow cones a day.
And eat like 20 snow cones a day. Shaved Ice Girl will look back on these times and miss them later. What's up, Davis?
I don't want to be Shaved Ice Girl.
Well, I thought you were a snow cone chick.
I don't want to be a chick.
What do you want to be? Do you want to be snow cone woman?
No.
Snow cone lady.
I don't want to be with snow cones.
So how about snow cone gal?
I Are you from Tennessee? Hey y'all, what's up? I'm serving here with Snow Cone Gal. We're gonna ride horses later on and collect the hay.
This is the first stream I've ever done with music where people have not been complaining the whole time. To just turn down they're like, this music is so loud I can't hear anything. Oh, LOL. I just want to hire people.
I do. I would keep the Snow Cone Shack. I miss it every day. I just wish I didn't have to work every day.
Excuse me. How dare you sell the Snow Cone Shack?
I agree. Hashtag bring Snow Cone Shack back.
Actually,
2023.
The $3,000 that I put back into Hex has been like made enough to buy a couple houses probably. Which I'm guessing the Snow Cone Shack would probably not generate as much income.
Well, yeah, not in the town we live in. All 6 people couldn't get their snow cones every day. Dang it.
Hey, people were addicted to those snow cones. Like we had regulars.
Yeah.
Like straight up like had to get their fix, and if we weren't open, they would call me and Mom.
I'd be sleepy.
And you'd be sleeping. Oh my gosh. So up on the screen over here, I'm editing a video about Texas, our Texas tour. And I have a picture of a gas station up out here, a gas station that you love but have never been to, called Buc-ee's, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But she does rock the that Buc-ee's gear for sure.
Yeah.
Are you hoping to go back to Camp Longhorn this summer?
Yeah.
You want to work there?
Absolutely. I love Camp Longhorn. CLH. Texas.
Can you share with us any of the cheers or chants or songs that you did at Camp Longhorn?
I can't sing. That's all we did though.
All you did was sing all summer long.
Yeah, you sing a lot. You do a lot of cheers and chants.
Would you have to sing before you ate?
Yeah.
Would you have to sing before you went swimming?
Sometimes. But usually no.
What was your favorite song out of all the songs and chants that you still, when you wake up and you're getting dressed in the morning or afternoon, you like gets caught in your head and you're like.
We sing campfire songs every night before we went to sleep, and some of them are in my head all the time. Sometimes I just sing them.
What are the campfire songs about?
Jesus.
Jesus. Hello, Jesus campfire. Okay.
Or it'd be about camp. Be like camp, or like rewards.
Rewards?
Yeah, well, because like every night they would reward a certain amount of campers for stuff. We would sing songs to reward them.
So what would you reward them with? Candy?
No, they just get like the title. Like every day there's a campfire lighter, there's a swimmer of the day, and there's a rough rider. Because of the horses.
Okay.
Or like if it was a birthday.
And what words were you not allowed to say at camp?
You can't say bathroom, you have to say library. You can't say poop, you have to say check. You can't say hot, you have to say summertime.
And how many kids were you in charge of?
At a time? Like 12 to 14.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you see who we got here in the chat?
Who is that?
All we got is Time Blog.
Those are the only people
Caitlin,
I like.
Hey,
here.
girl.
I don't know these people, but I know you. Hey.
I guess you could say that you also know your mom.
Yep.
You could say that.
Sure. If you want to put it that way.
So you're so sarcastic all the time. At first, when you said, "Oh yeah, I really want to go back to camp,"
No, like I
thought you were being sarcastic.
No.
I didn't think you were. I thought you were making fun of me.
No, camp is like my favorite thing I've ever done. I love camp.
So you do want to go to camp right after your senior year of high school. You're going into adulthood. When the summer ends, what do you want to do at that point?
You know what I want to say?
What?
Your mom.
You're gonna do my mom after you get done with summer camp.
Here, this is for all we got us.
Oh my gosh.
X-ray chick.
Dude, X-ray chick is in the vid.
No,
We have
this is
someone.
for all we got us time. Puppy.
Check this out.
Face reveal.
Check this out.
Say this
We
is
have
for
a puppy.
This is for all we got is time.
All we got is time are going to be the proud parents of this little guy right here. And I don't
So
know what
cute.
his name is going to be
Yeah, we don't know
when
either.
they get him. But right now we call him Tank. Little Tank, he's the only boy out of this litter right here. Dude, all we got is time says, "Aw, say hi to your mom and dad. Say hi. I'm streaming on
My
YouTube."
boy.
Huh, Tank?
He's so
Huh,
cute.
Tank? He's a good kid. He's a really good kid. Huh?
This right here is a dog that would run a snow cone check.
This is what? Dog that would run it. Do you want to hold him? Do you want to hold him and show him off to the people? Look how damn cute that is. You can't out cute a string with a puppy on it. Huh? Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. It's okay. Here, cuddle him. Cuddle him. He thinks he's too high up. He's too.
Why are you
He's freaking out. Just calm him down. Calm him down. Calm him down. And then, of course, look at this. He says, "Is it a golden doodle?" Yes, Davis. Get up here. Get up here. Get up here. Get up here. Come on. Come on. It is a golden doodle. And this right here is the mom. Right here. This is Lacey. This is Lacey. This is Lacey. And she'll actually cry and cry to you guys if you just go, "Oh yes. Oh baby girl. Yeah, touching my mom, mother."
Okay,
Oh. Okay, so
that's gonna come back and haunt you.
if you look at her snout, it's not normally this red. Do you know why it's this red? Because she has been eating all the deer scraps and bringing the deer scraps to her puppies to chew on because she's tired of nursing them. Huh? Say, "I'm tired of nursing those little bats." Huh? Those little fatties, huh? So she smells like deer a little bit.
X-ray chick, X-ray chick.
X-ray chick. All right, I'll have to let her down. But yeah, we got 5 of those little puppies right now, and they're cute as shit. Refined Hasty says we have 2 puppies and a 12-year-old. Is it
We have a 12-year-old too.
Is it a mini golden doodle, or what do you got? Very nice. Oh, Hex Farm says, "Aw, my daughter thinks she wants to go to Miami and do pink arts.
Me?
I hope it passes."
Oh.
What are pink arts?
I have no idea.
Oh, so okay, so all we got is time. So cute. Check this out. So besides the your mom joke, what do you actually want to do when you're done at Camp Longhorn? Are you gonna take off to New York City?
I'm kidding.
You can't move to Camp Longhorn.
I don't know. It's been college week, so everyone's been applying to colleges. That's all I've been thinking about is colleges, and what I have to do with my life. And everyone's down my neck about it.
Yeah, but aren't you just gonna go to whatever college your friends go to?
No. I think I'd like to go to college with my friends, but...
What are you looking for in a college? What matters? It's an earthquake every time you stick your feet up there. What is important to you in a college? Does it matter, like, the...
I want to leave Utah.
You want to leave Utah?
I'm sick of this place.
Okay, so
People are crazy.
Besides Utah...
And I want to go somewhere big, a big city. Since I live in a population of 6 people, like my family and our neighbor, I want to leave. I want to go somewhere big with a lot of people and a lot of things. And
You sound a lot like the Disney princesses when they sing the song about going to a whole new world.
Oh, there's a movie coming about me.
What?
Wait 15 years.
15 years. Davis says, go to Houston.
I've never been to Houston, but I like Texas.
Yeah, I love Texas.
If you're in Texas, send your kids to Camp Longhorn. They can meet me. Meet and greet at Camp Longhorn.
They're gonna ask
the
you
best
for.
camp in the world.
They're gonna ask you for a snow cone.
They have otter pops there. I have the secret. I can get them.
You can hook them up with the otter pops.
With the otter pops.
So if they spend like $5,000 sending their child to camp, you're promising to not only meet you, which is a big deal. That's totally worth $5,000. But then also, you could also hook them up with some 17-cent otter pops
They're really
to like
good.
sweeten the deal.
In the summertime of Texas, they're really good. Like you are basically melting outside because there's no air conditioning, so you will do anything for an otter pop.
Anything.
I left for 20 years, ended up moving back. I love Utah. Well, that makes one of us.
You know, Hex Farmer, I believe, lives somewhat close to a place you and your friends love to go.
Lagoon?
Yeah, I think he lives in the Lagoon northern, not to dox him or anything, but
you just outed this man. He's gonna have people knocking on his door.
I could be wrong. It
now.
could be so. I've been hearing Houston is the new free world.
I've been hearing that about Austin.
Austin.
I hear Austin's like the fastest growing city in the US right now.
Austin is super, super cool. Some of my best friends in the world that I've just made this year live in Austin, in the Austin area. However, there are parts of Austin where everyone is kind of, yeah.
But what were you gonna say?
I don't know. I think I could show you better than I could describe. So like, act like you just met me on the street. Be like, hey, how's it going? Okay, ready? And action.
Hi, how's it going?
No. I'm more excited when I meet people. You're too chill.
I'm meeting you?
Yeah, you have to be
I'm
me.
meeting the Hex-Ray Vision.
No. You are Hex-Ray Vision.
Hex-Ray Vision! Oh my god, I've been wanting to meet you.
No.
You are so famous and so cool.
No, you are
I love
me.
when you wear really furry suits and make videos in them.
Listen, no, that's not what I'm saying. Listen to me. Listen, you are me. Pretend you're me.
Oh.
Walking down the street, meeting a new person. I'm way higher energy
Let
than
me
you.
extend my forehead. Make myself fall. I'm ready.
Okay.
Invest in Hex.
Okay, yes, that's very close to me. So now pretend you're walking up to me on the street.
Hey. You want some Hex?
The people of Austin in some areas are way too cool for anyone else. Everyone else in Texas is friendly and kind and awesome and chill, but there's a group of people that I think came straight from Portland or San Francisco or I don't know, somewhere where they're really, really LA. I'm guessing LA, and they're just like, whatever. Don't you know who I am? And maybe it's because they're young and cool. I get that. I'm old and not cool. But there was one part of Austin we were visiting where it was like everyone was way too cool for us. We're like, oh, that's too bad. But the rest of Austin's awesome. And they do have some amazing music and food and everything in there. Hex is the way is in the house. He says strange. LOL. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Texas has it going on. So you think you want to live at Camp Longhorn after the summer's over, or do you want to go to? Because last thing
I'm gonna go to college in a big city, preferably out of Utah.
Okay. Hex says, "Great to meet you." Now, Hex is the way. I believe I met him in Texas. and his kids in Texas. Hit me up in the chat if that's the same one I'm thinking of. He's got a killer stream. Refined Hayseed says, small town people went to Johnson City, Tennessee. It's like too big already. Phoenix. Oh, all we got is time says Phoenix is the place to be.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona. They got colleges in the Phoenix. What do you want to study in college? Does that matter? Does it matter if they have a good? You want to focus on the tuba, right? You're going into just tuba and music.
I wish.
Science.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. I can't play music.
Tuba science.
Not very musical.
So what do you want to study in college?
I don't know. Every time someone asks, I've just said film at this point because everyone asks all the time and everyone needs an answer and it's weird, so I just say film. But I've never done anything for film, so I don't even know if I'd like that. So I think I'd try that, but I don't know. I'm open to anything besides math.
Yeah. Hex is the way we met in there. We were gonna stream in Texas at EcoBuild's meetup in Austin, and then it wasn't up for whatever reason. And then by the time I was ready to stream with your kids, you guys had to leave. That's too bad. Davis says Alex Jones is in Austin. Is that why you want to go? Would you go to to Austin because Alex Jones is there?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Alex Jones is?
No.
He's the one who was always yelling, the government's making the frogs gay.
Someone yells that?
Well, I mean, he yells a lot of stuff, but they're putting stuff in the water to make the frogs gay. Raxorich was talking too long. That's true. He was streaming. He was on one. In fact, I was checking out.
Wait, did you stream while Rax was streaming?
No, I waited for him to finish streaming, but by then, Hex is the way his kids had to leave. You know, their kids invest their money they make from chores into cryptocurrency. They're gonna be rich AF when they get older. They're gonna be buying all the snow cones when they get older. You know
and going to Camp Longhorn.
And going to Camp Longhorn in Texas. Phoenix was where I moved to when I left Utah. Uh-oh. Hex Farmer moved there, then he moved back. CryptoSloth, yo! What's up? Dude, there's too many people here to not be hitting this link.
There's literally 13.
Jumping in the green room.
There's 13
and
people.
Chilling with us on
I
here.
don't know if you think this is a lot.
Dude, Hex is the
I know
way
we
as
live
a
in a really
streamer.
small town, but 13 is really not that many people.
Hex is the way as a streamer. All we got is time. I'm sure they could figure out how to stream on their phones. CryptoSloth is a streamer, although he is going to dental school. So he gets a pass, because he goes crazy doing a ton of research for his videos, and then he's also going to dental school. So when he says, hey, I don't have time to stop in, I believe him. However, he's one of the guys that has stopped by the most on my stream, which I think is awesome. And then Adam, the Vibrant Finance CEO, he's stopped by and been really cool on some of these. Oh, Chad Donnerschwans, what's up, fam? How you doing? Let me see here. We can set up a time. Hey, yeah, look at this. Dude.
I always got time for you, Hex Ray. Don't worry about it, man.
Oh, man, you're going to make me cry. Say hi to... Good. Say hi to my daughter. She goes by The Director. She also goes by Snowcone Chick, although she's not happy with that handle. The Snowcone Chick.
What's up, Director? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
See how nice he was? He used the one you like.
But now that he's here, I can leave because he
I
won't be alone.
No, that's not how this goes. It's a party.
Damn.
It's a party. We're all here to chat Crypto Bros. It's in the title, right?
What are we chatting about, man? I just popped in and saw you live.
Yeah, my wife wanted me to go to bed, and I wasn't really tired, so.
So you drag your daughter on camera.
She's the only one that hasn't been on stream. My boy's been on stream. My other two girls have been on stream. She's been on stream, so there's only one daughter that hasn't been on stream, but she doesn't live around here, so I really got to snatch her out of the when I get a chance.
Right? Is she the director? She like the behind the scenes producer of all your stuff? Is that where the name comes from?
Yeah, she did most of the camera work on our Mediumist of Stakes travel vlog.
That's why it's shaky when you walk. It's like as we walk.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed watching them for sure. It was definitely nice. I appreciated the wholesome vlogs.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun. Did you see where we were talking about her losing her phones? That was fun.
No.
There's one where there was this fog on the beach that I was freaking out because I'd never seen fog on the beach before. Mm-hmm. And I was also talking about her losing and breaking like her last 5 cell phones. So there was that one. She's not happy about that one.
No.
But she got revenge because she took the little kids up to the top of a lighthouse and they were just talking smack about how dumb my jokes were.
I didn't start that. That was the other 2.
I didn't even know it was recorded until it was edited and on YouTube, and I'm watching on YouTube, and they're just talking crap about me and my dumb dad jokes on top of a lighthouse somewhere. I'm like, oh, okay. That's great. Davis says, I own a trucking company with 7 trucks. Trust me when I say it's the way to go if you're going to start a business. 200K profits per year per truck if you have a team in each truck. Yeah, I was a truck driver for a decade. That's how I got all of my crypto knowledge because I was all alone and no one would talk to me.
The truckers have a crazy presence in crypto because they can just like listen to stuff all the time while they're driving. Like I come from like Miguel Dollar Cost Crypto and Cultivate Crypto's course, and they have a pretty significant trucker population or like trucker student base too. It's pretty impressive.
That's awesome.
Some of the leaders in crypto are the truckers you would have never guessed.
Oh my goodness. Eddie Miller says, I live here in Utah. I met you at the last Salt Lake German guys tour around the USA. So when is Pulse coming out and what is the latest news? I'm really glad that you're here, CryptoSloth, because I'm sure if anyone on earth knows when Pulse Chain's coming out, it's you.
This is me. Well, I hate to disappoint you. Man, but I have no idea. Yeah, it was zero clue.
It got to the point to where like I've just tried to pretend it's just not there.
Yeah.
So that when
it's not. You don't have to pretend it's not. It's not actually there, man. It doesn't actually exist. You don't have to pretend anything.
I pretend that I didn't sacrifice. I pretend that like it doesn't exist. It's not going to exist. So when it finally shows up, it's going to be like the coolest surprise ever.
It's a secret, right? Low expectations.
Yes, exactly. Refined Hayseed says, I drove the country many times as a vagabond, met the universe for the skies. I don't know what that means.
I'm actually going to be on the KSB guys channel tomorrow, just chatting with them about Hedron stuff. I know they got a movie coming out pretty soon, and so they invited me on, so that'll be fun.
So they've got their own documentary coming out?
Yeah, when they were doing their like Crypto Sparbook tour around the States, they were filming people to put together, basically documenting that tour. And they stopped in one of the cities near my hometown, so I got to meet them then and did an interview for that. And so I think they're getting ready to start releasing like some promo clips, like trailers to get ready for the release of the movie. So they're doing kind of like a little media storm, doing interviews and stuff.
That's awesome. I can't wait to watch that. That's going to be good. I know they got a lot of really high quality footage and interviews and all sorts of content along the way. Shout out to Rob at Wildcard Studios. He ran the first half of that tour, and he was all over the place with the microphones and the cameras, So yeah, that's really cool. I've been poking my nose into a whole bunch of projects that I haven't. Now that things have kind of slowed down a little bit, I've been able to poke my nose into a couple projects just to kind of figure out what they are and trying to read like the cliff notes. One of them that I thought was kind of cool sounding was the Win-Win Project, where you can put anything and you get like you get your interest, but then they also do like raffles and giveaways.
Yep.
And then the longer you've been sitting in it, the greater your chances are winning the giveaways. At least this is all like in theory, right? Like I haven't read the white paper or the audit code or any of that stuff, but it sounds like it's following the Richard Hart commandments, right? That one sounds cool. The PZEN thing, I never even wrapped my head around it. I just heard that they had the hiccup on launch and then he went crazy and doing his thing, right? And I guess there's a tax going in and probably a tax coming out.
So this is your reflection token.
Yeah, but I don't think there's a payment of the token while you're sitting there, is there?
No, I have no for PZen.
Yeah.
I have never looked into that token personally. I know more about Win-Win. I listened to some interviews with the founder, and I think I skimmed through their white paper, and it looks pretty interesting. It's basically like you were saying, you stake through their platform, and they stake your coins for you more or less. But if you stake through their platform, you're eligible for like random lotteries. And then, like you said, the longer you stake through them, the higher your chances are. So it could be interesting. I think it's probably they'll have a native token most likely, and it'll be one of those like income generating tokens where like there's a fee associated with the platform, and then if you stake the token, then you get some of the income.
That sounds awesome. I'm the project I'm most excited about on Pulse Chain is the idea that OX Coast might pull off that Fiat on-ramp, off-ramp.
Yes.
Just try to get that to where you basically own your own. It'd be like wiring money from an account that you own to another account you own, but when you wire it, it burns that money or turns it into tokens. And then when you cash out, it burns the tokens back into dollars. So depending on what institution you're using, you can actually avoid a lot of the KYC BS.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it too. Really, really cool.
Yeah, RH Max has been pretty on top of that and is pretty friendly with the founder, and has had a couple of interviews with him. And they're the same people with the weight token, which I thought the distribution model was interesting, and I'm just paying attention to it. And then when I saw them talking about the Fiat on ramps, I was like, yeah, this is definitely, I think, a team to pay attention to long term as Pulse Chain starts to release.
No.
What about you, Director? Is there anything on Pulse Chain you're excited about?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What if she has hex stakes right now on Ethereum? What happens when Pulse comes out?
You lose them.
You lose them. All of your hexes just disappears.
Be gone.
No, that's no.
I'm just kidding. It gets copied, man. It gets copied. It's a system state copy, so you get free money.
Free money.
Awesome.
Are you excited about that?
Yes, but I'm more excited to go to sleep.
You are not going to sleep. If you leave this stream, you're gonna go play on your phone.
No, I'm not. I have school tomorrow.
Whatever.
Hey, me too.
Yeah, he does. How is your school going? Talk to us about your school.
It's going fine, man. You know, I'm in my third year of dental school, so I'm seeing patients more. Unfortunately, I've been on call this week, so I just kind of wait around and hope they call me in to do something. But yeah, it's been going fine. Learning a lot. Got to do my first extraction not too long ago, so that was pretty fun. Just trying to get my feet under me, get some basic skills, so I can be competent when I have my actual license in 2 years.
That's exciting and frightening at the same time, isn't it?
I know, right? I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen somehow. So it worked for everybody before me, so I guess it's going to work for me too. I don't know.
Yeah. Now, how many people are in your class? And out of when you first started, how many people have washed out or decided they did not want to be a dentist?
Yeah. So started with a class of 84, and then now we have like 90 something. But that's because like international students. Yeah, so there are dentists who get their training like in other countries, but like if they want to practice in the United States, they have to do 2 years of a dental school in the States. So like get extra students because of that. So they're like, they're already dentists. They're just like finished. They're just getting a license in the States. But we lost.
So they're kind of like graduate students a little bit, right?
Yeah. Well, they're doctors. They're doctors. They just have to go through the bureaucracy of the American Dental Association. But we started with 84, and we only lost one student our first year. So pretty much everybody's still there. Yeah, they do a good job of selecting people who have a high probability of finishing. I think for the school that I'm at, they get like 2,000 to 4,000 applications a year for like 84 slots. So like
and that's probably pretty normal for dental schools. Like that rate of trimming down and culling the amount of people that actually get into the school, right?
Yeah. So I think demo school acceptance rate, I think overall is like 40%, maybe 50%. So like half the people who apply find some school to get in, and then like some schools are harder to get into than others. I was fortunate to get into a more selective school, so I was really happy about that.
Awesome. And so you got one more year of school, and then
1.5.
Do you guys go to like a residency?
So the cool thing about dentistry is you don't have to do a residency. You can go straight and practice as a general dentist, but if you want to be like an orthodontist, oral surgeon, periodontist, any of the specialties, that is an extra residency on top of that. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Danny Boy says Hex Ray's wife not looking very happy. That's like the fourth person that just stumbled into the stream was like, dude, she is way too young for you.
Yeah.
She's way too good looking. I'm like, easy guys.
I'm listening.
This is not my girlfriend. She's listening. Yes. Now, do you have any questions that you want to know about Hex or crypto that you don't want to hear me explain to you? Because now is your chance to talk to a real crypto bro.
Real.
I'm a real crypto bro, but you don't like listening to me talk.
I listen to you all the time.
Yeah, but not by choice. So here's an opportunity. You can ask CryptoSloth any question you have about crypto, and he'll be way more entertaining and interesting than your dad. Because I never shut up about this stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like I get it.
You get it?
Yeah. Good. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, she doesn't need me. She's got you, man.
Yeah. Okay, so Hex is the way, says Hex is great for truckers. They can build up a staking ladder to strengthen their future retirement, not financial advice. Hex Farmer is a diesel tech, and he can listen to crypto info all day. Let me ask you, Hex Farmer, do you put it on 2x? Because I used to put it on 2x and plow through about 20 hours.
I listen to everything on 2x.
He can't wait for the movie. Truckers, road warriors, just looking the horizons. You meet the sky aliens. That's what he means. Danny Boy, smash the like button. If I got 10 billion pulse and pulsex, I'm okay. No need to worry, right? Dude, 10 billion is a silly amount of pulse and pulsex. Davis, I'm pumped for liquid loans. I'm in over 30 racks. Woo! LOL. Lols, bye-bye. The opposite. So OX Will is referring to when we were saying that she was going to lose her stakes. Davis locked 6, 12, 18, and 24 months on liquid loans. That's awesome. I really like the idea of liquid loans and a good stable coin and all their ecosystem. I really hope they pull it off. And I hope that everyone that sacrifices for everything makes a ton of money. Like there's people that are like, well, if you sacrifice for this or if you donated to that, I help you lose your money. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Think about it. If these are hexagons, and let's say I go into and like Texan is my token. I love Texan. I went all into it. I made some videos about it, and we went on tour in Texas, and we're trying to help out the TNM figure out crypto, which that's a whole nother story right there. But we're having a blast, and so if I'm in crypto, let's say I'm in Hex, right? I put some money into Texan. If Texan takes off and I take some profits, where do you think that money's going to go?
Yep, back into Hex for sure.
Right back into Hex.
Yep.
Right back into Hex. So that's why I want everyone to get stupid rich, so they can pour right back into Hex and just it's a virtuous cycle, not a vicious cycle, right? Sorry to cut you out.
We want that too. We want the people who are staking or who are like committed to like the Hex system. We want them to have a diverse streams of income to continue to pump that money into the Hex ecosystem. It's like I had a stream not too long ago where I kind of like outlined like two different states of like the Hex system, and I described one as like a bloating system and one as like a growth system, where people are just like staking Hex and then restaking it. The system's kind of bloating in that no new money is entering the system. The number of coins are just inflating over time, which like, you know, Hex has mechanisms to mitigate that on the price chart. But ideally, we want more money coming into the system so it's growing versus just bloating. And that's what I kind of described before. And like having other systems, participating in other ecosystems and being knowledgeable about crypto as a whole and how to make money in it will allow Hex to succeed, greater long term because we're able to bring money in from other places.
I love that perspective, because that was a thing that like really like it gets on my nerves, are the whales doing the short-term stakes and dumping the interest and dumping the interest. Don't get me wrong, it's great work if you can get it, right? Like if I'm a whale and I could like scrape 20 grand every couple months or every month and just have free money, why wouldn't you do that? I don't hate the player, hate the game kind of thing. And the T-share rate is kind of a delayed reaction. It's not as immediate. It's been climbing up, as you say. We're almost 25K, right? Like that's real stuff.
Yeah.
That's
2.5x.
30K, right?
Yeah, I think we're almost at 25K right now. So it's like a 2.5x from where we started.
So we go through like another 6 months or so, we could very easily be at 30K. And at 30K, you have to stake your Hex for 10 years at least to get the same rate you got day one, hexing, like staking it for day one, for one day. Like that's insane. People, it's so sneaky, but it is a delayed reaction. And after a while, the people with the T-shares really will be king.
For sure.
But that's why we're in this for 15 years, right?
Yep. No, you're right. It's like, I don't know, the analogy that I've been thinking about lately is like, as the T-share rate has been going up, especially now in this bear market, it feels like it's like adding kindling to the future fire when the price chart is going to explode. Because as time goes on, if you want to obtain like one T-share, you have to continuously put out more Hex over time. Now, because the price is lower and people are able to, the ability to obtain those T-shares is actually obtainable or like within reach. As people are stacking their T-shares, the T-share rate's going up, more Hex is being funneled out towards that long period of time. So once the explosive nature on the price chart happens, all that extra Hex being sent out isn't going to be sell pressure, which makes it more explosive, which is like the whole point of Hex. That's why the T-share rate going up over time is so powerful, because it takes more and more of the coins to be able to get the same position over time. If that made any sense.
No, it totally does. And that's why I like things like Maximus DAO and Team and the Perps and all that and Poly, because they're almost like, it's almost like throwing some gasoline on that kindling and burning stuff and speeding up the process. So I'm absolutely super big on that.
Like, Maxi got like hundreds of millions of Hex. The Perpetual has got hundreds of million Hex locked up. Kosa got about 67,000 T-shares locked up for 15 years. So that's just a lot of Hex that was just sitting around with nothing to do besides selling it. That's now off the market. So
yeah, I believe that we would have gone a lot lower than we did if it was sitting there on the market to be traded back and forth. Eddie Miller says, I recently bought some USDC stablecoin so I could turn it into Hex, and of course I have to wait 7 days before I can move it out of Coinbase to my Metamask wallet. Oh man, Eddie, I feel your pain. 70 to 80% of the time I spend onboarding people is spent between Coinbase and their bank. Like almost the whole time is spent getting them to where they can buy crypto and move it. Once they move it into MetaMask, it's like pop, pop, pop. It's really easy to like say, what are your goals? What are your time frame? All right, let's stake it. Let's leave this liquid. Let's do this. And here's some stuff you want to keep some dry powder on. These are some dips in these. If any of these 3 or 4 coins dip in the Richard Hart ecosystem, we're going to DCA into those bad boys. Just like that. And then he says, every time I do this, Hex goes up, LOL. But I wish it didn't take so long to move from Coinbase. I wish we could just buy Hex straight out. I feel you. Danny Boy, don't dentists have a high suicide rate? Sloth, we need you. Message me if you're feeling down.
I appreciate that, Danny.
And then he says, daughter, sorry, she has a huge head start versus her friends. And she really does. In fact, some of her friends have come over and I've been onboarding some of her friends. They're like, hey, I got $100, I got $1,000.
Yes, he has.
He has, like all of them. All of my friends know.
Nobody walks in this house.
Everybody knows. They all call him Hex Vision now instead of like, always like, yo, Hex Vision's house. What's going on?
You got a name for yourself, man.
Now, the crazy thing is on the next wave, which I'm predicting is 24, 25, mostly 24, these kids are going to have their minds blown and broken. Because how are you going to go back? How are you going to follow the advice of go to school, get good grades, work hard, blah, 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 when you've made more than your parents have in their retirement account off $100 or $1,000? It's really going to change their paradigm. Now, like I said, hopefully they'll still pursue life and, you know, vocation and meaning, but at the same time, money's not real. And anyone who's come into a huge amount of money realizes that it's not what you believed it was, right? It's the rules that you were taught to believe as a kid don't apply to everyone. You know, I remember I was listening to Andrew Tate, right? And Andrew Tate was talking about. I love Andrew. I'm gonna get canceled. I'm gonna get canceled by my 13-year-old daughter. I love Andrew Tate. So Andrew,
you just actually, you were actually being serious.
Yeah. So let me
tell this. Like you actually like Andrew Tate.
Let me tell this story, and then you can tell me I'm horrible. So, anyways, Andrew Tate's walking around and he sees this dude. He's on his way to a job interview with a broke down car or a sales interview. And this dude drives by in a $400,000 Ferrari or something like that, right? Some crazy rich car. And he stopped, and his friend's like, well, what's wrong? He's like, I'm pissed. And his friend's like, why? He goes, that guy's driving a car worth more than I could ever make doing what I'm doing right now. And I know for a fact that the guy driving that car is not smarter than me. He's not better than me, and he's not harder working than I am. And that's when he said, like, the Matrix, he calls it the Matrix broke up. And he said, something's different about money I don't understand. And that's what I liked about Andrew Tate.
I can't believe you like Andrew. I think that's, I don't want to talk to you anymore. He's so bad.
Oh, he's not bad.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
I don't think you should listen to him.
You sound like my mom. You're like, he's a bad influence. I don't want you hanging out with Andrew Tate anymore.
I don't want to hang out with
I don't care if it's online. I don't want to see you over at his house. I don't want you listening to his bald remarks about women. All right, good luck, girl. Gonna be retired before college is finished. How'd that be? Awesome. Would that be okay? Yeah. Be cool with that. All right, Kate and Shannon in the house. Love you. That's their dog that we were showing earlier. Did you see the puppy earlier? Hex Farmer just hops on YouTube when he's working. When is the coconut token coming out? The Coconut Hut
the
token.
Coconut Hut token.
Okay, so the Coconut Hut was the name of our snow cone shack. And so that's a reference to the snow cone shack. Love it.
That'd be awesome.
You can use Coinbase One membership for instant moves with no fee, except memberships except memberships $30. I didn't know that. Paul Sachs in the house. Is Transak still the easiest way via debit card? I've had Transak work for some people, but not work for others. And then for a long time, I got a bunch of people using Dharma before it shut down and, was gone.
Oh, I remember when Dharma was a thing. That was a while ago. You could buy Hex directly.
Yeah. It took me like a month before my transactions went smooth. Yeah, it usually takes seasoning and time, and then they slowly raise your limits and all that stuff. Looks like she's been listening to mainstream media hate on the Tate. Oh, Brissology's in the house.
I think everyone
just splashing hot sauce.
Hate on the Tate.
Hate on the Tate.
Please do.
You're not a fan of Tate?
No, not at all. No.
You seem to have very strong feelings about this.
You have strong feelings about this.
No, I like his take on money and government and a lot of things on how the world really works, because there's things that people believe about money, about politics, about government, about all sorts of social norms, and then you realize that those rules don't apply to everybody. And why is it that the rules don't apply to everybody?
I think he's a bad person.
I'm gonna take that as a conversion. I converted you.
No, you didn't. You wouldn't know you didn't.
Oh, Tate man, bad in her head.
He is.
No, that's funny.
Okay, yeah. I'm going.
I'll make you a deal. Okay, you give me a hug, and you can leave stream. How's that sound? Kind of hug.
Good night.
All right. Have a great night.
Think about what you've said.
Yeah, Hex-Ray. Think
I'm
about
gonna
what you
think
said.
about what I've said.
Getting reprimanded, man.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, man, I think that's it for me too. I gotta head out and get to bed.
I want to
get
say
this
I am
going.
honored by your presence, and
Thanks for having me on.
I'm always catching up on your streams. You're on my playlist. You're on my alerts. Sometimes I get an alert, and sometimes I don't get an alert. And that's with all of the Hex Bros. It's weird. Like something's weird. I have to actually look you up sometimes. But I'm looking forward to your stream with KSB tomorrow. Everyone tune into that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
good
fun
luck
time.
with all of your school endeavors.
Thanks, man.
And life
I appreciate
endeavors.
it.
And we will get you to one of our meetups, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Are you planning on going to any of the meetups that are scheduled right now?
No, not that are scheduled right now. It doesn't make sense with my schedule. But there will be a time where I go out. It's just now is just not the time. Like I know like the one that the KSB people is like in like Santa Barbara or whatever. Like,
San Diego.
San Diego, yeah. It was in California.
2nd.
I can't fly out to California for that short of a period of time. Yeah. But there will be a day when I have some time and I will make time.
Right. Without doxing yourself, what time zone are you in?
I'm on the East Coast. Yeah,
East Coast. And are you north or south East Coast?
South.
So if we do a tour to Florida, how likely are we to see you? If we do a tour, a crypto tour with our RV to Florida.
To Florida. If you give me enough heads up, I have some family in Florida. I could probably finagle it. I have to plan it. I have to plan it out and see when it's gonna happen.
Okay, that's what I like to hear. Francis Powell's in the house. We met him down there.
Yeah.
Hex Farmer's going to sleep. Danny Boy, 2 high fives. It's been really cool hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
I can't believe the people in this community are family to me, man.
Yeah.
So,
hey, thanks for having me on, Hex-Ray. It's always an honor to be hanging out with you on stream, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. And we'll be catching you later, man. I'm going to answer a couple of these and close out. But you have a wonderful night.
Peace out, man.
Bye. All right, Eddie says, this is the formula I use for T-share. Is this right? For every T-share you get, an average of 6 hex a day. So if my T-shares show 14 T-shares, I multiply 14 by 6, which equals 84, then multiply the price of hex. Yeah, currently that is true. But it used to be that every day we only got 5 hex per T-share. So, excuse me, if you think about it that way, it could be 14 times 7, then 14 times 8, just depending on how fast they ratchet up the T-share rate, you know? So yeah, that's good. Now, this is what I do with people, like there was a lot of people I onboarded that got in at 30 or 40 cents. And now, of course, we're down at 3. And they have staked hex. And so what I do with them is I say, okay, you've got X amount of T-shares. We're going to times that by 6, just like you said. We're going to times that by the price of hex, just like you said. And then we're going to times that by 365. Because as long as that stake goes, it does not take a day off. So for instance, I'll just pull up my calculator right here and do a simple one. So let's say someone's able to get 10 T-shares, right? That's pretty doable for most people. 10 T-shares times 6 hex a day times, we'll just say 4 cents right now. That equals $2.40 a day times 365 days a year. Excuse me. That's $876. So they're making $876 a year. Now, if they're doing 10 T-shares, you know, right now a T-share is 25. Let me clear that. I could actually just pull up the Stake Hex website. I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay, go.hex.com. Boom. I might have to connect a wallet to get this to pop up. But either way, I'm gonna have to do it the long way because I don't have a wallet on here. So check this out. And if you already know the price of a t-shirt right now, just shout out in the stream. Okay, here we go. So it's roughly 25,000 hex times, we'll call it 4 cents for this example because that's kind of what we were doing for the payout, right? That equals about $1,000. So if you were to invest $1,000 and you were to now timeout, that's not true. Oh, my friends, let me see here. There we go. Thank you for letting me know. The screen froze, Briss. So $1,000 if you were to stake it for one day, but of course and we had 10 of those, right? So $10,000. Now, if you used the bonus where you get triple the t-shirts, so we're actually going to divide that by 3. That equals basically $3,400. So if you invested $3,400, and let's go back to my thing, you got 10 t-shirts times 6 hex a day right now, give or take, times 4 cents. Oh, Jiminy Christmas. Times 4 cents. $2.40 times 365 equals, okay, so you're investing $3,300 or $3,400 and you're making $876 a year. 876 divided by 3,333. That equals, oh, that's not right. We go back. All right, so 3,333. Yeah, 3,333 divided by 876 or 67. That's 3.8. Let me see here. Moon maths. Holy shoes. Yeah, I'm jacking this up. All right, let's start again. How do we do this? So we got 10 t-shirts times 6 hex a day times 4 cents equals $2.40 a day times 365 days a year equals 876. So 876 divided by 3,333 equals 0.26. So you're making 26% on your money if you're doing that now. Now, granted, these guys, like I said, they invested when it was 10 times more expensive. So let's say it was 10 times more expensive. Well, you just moved the decimal point over, and now you're making 2.6% a year cash on cash, but you're making like 34% APY, right? Or 38% APY, give or take. So if that happens, then when the price does come back, or even if the price doesn't come back, you're still going to make better returns staking Hex than you will anywhere else on Earth right now. You're going to make more money than you will in real estate. You're going to make more money than you will in CDs. You're going to make more money than you will in trying to trade stocks or buy stocks and sit on stocks. You can't hold a candle to this stuff. So Eddie says, so let's say 28 cents, which would equal 23.52 in Hex a day is what I make. And then I multiply that by 30 days, which would be $705 in interest I would make a month. Is this the correct formula? Yeah, it is for now. Like I said, this is for now. But some days when people nuke their accounts, we get crazy good payouts, like 12 Hex a day or more. So that's awesome. And then of course the price, I don't, 4 cent Hex is not normal. It's just not normal. It's ridiculous. The idea that people can go buy a Hex for 4, 5, 6 cents right now, or even back when it was 3 cents for a couple months, is crazy. It doesn't even make sense. because when people thought they were going to get a copy of their hex, we were at 50 cents on one chain. Now, granted, some of that was the FOMO, and that was people trying to play the double and dump some coins. There was short-term gains there. But we were at a solid 20, 30 cents pretty well before that run-up happened. And the crash, had Pulse Chain launched, I'm pretty sure would have stuck closer to the 20-cent mark if you added the two networks together. So you're looking at 20 or 30 cent hex just as a baseline, not counting more people adopting it, and not counting it being easier to use in the future, and not counting the T-share rates ratcheting it up, and not counting the Hedron and Icosa ecosystem, which in my opinion is going to help in the long run. And as CryptoSloth said, it's going to pull in more people that weren't here before. It's going to get people's attention that didn't hear about Hex, but they'll hear about Icosa. They'll hear about Hedron. And that doesn't count the Maximus DAO insanity that Dip Catcher's dropping on us. Dip Catcher and Gold Key drop Maximus blew my mind. Completely blew my mind. Had you minted 1 for 1 in that phase, I mean, it's ridiculous. And it pulled almost 300 million hex off the market, liquid off the market. That's done a lot to hold the price of hex up. Excuse me. And then, of course, they come out with the perps, and they come out with Team. And now they're dropping this Maximus, Poly Maximus, where you can take, because all the OGs in Hex have an ocean, especially the whales and the dolphins and the sharks. They have this ocean of Hedron, and at the beginning it was devastating to the price. But we can lock up all of this Hedron into the Poly smart contract and be picking up, on one hand, we'll be burning the Hedron token like crazy, which is great for Hedron, but then we'll also be hopefully snatching all the HSI auctions off the market. So you'll basically be converting your Hedron tokens into T-shares, and T-shares are never going to get cheaper in terms of Hex. Now, they do get cheaper sometimes in terms of the US dollar, but the US dollars can be printed into oblivion. So that's crazy. Oh, moon maths, Danny boy. Multiple days staked by T-share by daily payout for conservative formula of Hex you get for each stake. That's right, Chris. Thank you very much. Multiply. I am poor until 2024, and then I'll be a homeowner and have some tax problems. Danny boy, you have no idea. You have no idea. This is what I would tell the 4 or 5 people that are still listening. There's 18 people watching, and I'm guessing some of them have fallen asleep with their with YouTube on. Check this out. And I don't know, I'm probably sharing way too much information about myself. But back in the day, I was very, very anarcho-capitalist, very much voluntarist, very much, F the government, F taxes, taxation is theft, coercion and violence are not cool, but, it's the world we live in, right? And as Danny Boy said earlier, Tate is showing me the friends that are the fake, showing me the friends that are fake red pills. Yeah, so like I said, the red pill, the matrix, there's a lot of stuff that people are raised to believe, especially in America and Western culture. And we think these rules apply to everyone, and they don't. So going back to this idea, I wasn't cool with the rules that apply to people. And I understood that there was a set of rules for the ruling class, and there was a set of rules for the middle class. And there's kind of a set of rules for the poor, but it's not as big a difference as the rules between the middle class and poor and the ruling class. And just because you're rich doesn't mean you're ruling class either. Just because you're rich just means you might be one of the, most taxed, most chased serfs or slaves or sheep or cattle on the reservation, right? So anyways, I always what got me interested in Bitcoin a long time ago was, first of all, I was trading stocks, learning how to trade calls and puts and covered calls and sell calls and options and forex and all that cool stuff. And this guy that I followed, Alessio Rattini, really smart dude, he says now is the time to look at Bitcoin. And this was when Bitcoin fell from $1,000 down to $150. And he said, hey guys, like, here's a hell of a trading opportunity. Check out Bitcoin. And I'd heard of Bitcoin, but never looked into it several times. And so I started looking into it, and I found all these podcasts from all these voluntarists and anarchists and freedom lovers and libertarians and gold and silver bugs and all these people. And I was like, holy crap, this is a money. And back then I didn't know about the inflation bugs. I didn't know about spaghetti code, and I didn't know there was a bunch of evil people that were about to take over and retard the progress of this, basically hog tie it and, just make it really hard to fix and improve on Bitcoin. But everyone said, hey, here's money we can use. We don't need a bank. We don't need a government. We can trade this between each other. And if enough people use it, then we can get out from taxation and the military industrial complex and, the inflation of the Fed versus the inflation of the code, right? So I got my hopes up. And at the time I was able to gamble online with Hex. So there was like Satoshi's Dice for Ethereum, and then there was Bitcoin and a bunch of Bitcoin gambling sites where you could just set your, goodness gracious, you could set your risk tolerance and your risk and reward, and you could just play these games. So I would do that while I was out driving truck out in the oil fields in North Dakota. And I would just listen to podcast after podcast. I listened to an insane amount of Andreas Antonopoulos and Bix Weir. And let's see, who's the other guy? Who's the really polished, really Mormon looking dude that got ostracized for creating his own coin? What was his name? His name was, you guys should probably figure it out in the chat, but he was the one that did not your keys, not your crypto. Proof of keys. Trace Mayer. I remember Trace Mayer. I listened to Dollar Vigilante and that whole crew. I listened to everyone I could, and I followed the Free State Project in Vermont. Went nuts, just being like, oh yeah, freedom, yes, freedom. As I'm, serving as a slave in a oil truck, just killing myself in the shitty weather of North Dakota. But I'm learning about all this stuff. I'm learning about Bitcoin, and I'm buying it. And I'm onboarding my friends, and I'm giving them Bitcoin. I'm teaching them how to set up a wallet, and I'm running a full node. By golly, I ran a full freaking node because I was told it was my duty to run a full node because I had to support the network to support freedom. Like I went full blown into this Bitcoin community, and then we had the alt season back then with Dash and Darkcoin and Litecoin, Feathercoin, and Doge. Back in the day, Doge was there, and I got all excited and Twitter pated, and in my mind, if I ever made enough money in Bitcoin, I could pull it out of Bitcoin. I could invest it in real estate, and I would actually have cash flow, because remember, Bitcoin doesn't cash flow. Bitcoin doesn't cash flow if you're a miner half of the time. Okay, like Bitcoin is not a passive investment at all. It's a store of value, but it's also like it's the granddaddy. It's the first crypto that didn't die in its crib. Excuse my yawns. I'm not meaning to put you guys to sleep, and I'm not trying to fall asleep. But this is the point where I was going with this. Tax problems, Danny boy. Tax problems. So, along this route, I find Richard Hart. I wait the 2 years for Hex to come out. I FOMO in the first day. I buy a whole bunch of coins through the AA lobby, and and then we find out. Then we finally, after it took me 9 months into, it took me most of the AA to figure out what a t-shirt was, what it did, and how it worked. And I had been there since the beginning, and I still didn't understand a t-shirt. And once I understood the t-shirt, I unstaked everything, launched it out for big payday, and that was it. That was all she wrote. And I just kept grinding. At this point, I was out of the oil field. I'd gone through a few truck lifetimes, and now I was hauling lime and liquid oxygen in the gold mines in northern Nevada. So I would leave my family, and I'd be, listening. I was watching the whole launch up there. I was watching Hexologists every day when the AA ticked over to see how many Hex we got per ETH. When ETH was like 20, 30, it was up to like 70 or 80 bucks back then. It's crazy. Anyways, I always figured, man, when I make it big, I'm gonna be smarter than the government. I'm gonna find out a way to do like nomad capital. I'm gonna find a way to fake my death, change my name, move the countries. I was gonna go off the radar and live as a pirate, as a freedom-loving pirate. Screw the government. The problem with this is that I was married to a normal wife with normal kids in America, and the idea of faking our deaths, changing our names, and living in a country where no one spoke English was not something they were cool with, right? Like, they were like, no, we want to stay here. We're normal Americans, and we don't want to live a life of craziness. And at that point, I was like, oh crap! And I'd already retired. I retired. My retirement date was when Hex hit 4 cents the first time. I felt like I had enough reserves and powder and stakes to make it. So I walked away from the truck. I was done. Throw out the truck. And I had no problem reporting, my stakes to the government, because I said, well, first of all, these are all long-term capital gains when I sell, if I sell, right? If I'm not rolling it over anyways. The problem was that I was buying the dips in the same accounts that I have my stakes in. I didn't separate my dip buying swing trading from my stakes. And because it was a bull run, everyone's a genius in a bull run, made a ton of money in my swing trading, which was a portion. It was a percentage of my whole holdings was my liquid account. And I was like, well, there's no point in, just riding these waves. I might as well, swing trade between a stable coin, Hex, and Ethereum, because they're all on their way up, but one would crash and it was on sale, so you pick some of it up. But you never ran out of I have this formula where I never run out of powder, I never run out of Hex, I never ran out of Ethereum. Then once we hit the top, I gave up on Ethereum, and I only kept enough Ethereum to pay fees, because screw Ethereum. Although a lot of people right now are saying, don't sleep on Ethereum, and maybe they're right. Maybe Ethereum's just about to boom, take off. But, and I mean, obviously it'll take off during the next bull run, but I think people are thinking it might take off early. Excuse me. So, why am I talking about all this? Why am I going all the way back in the way back machine? And he says, I'm poor to 2004. 24, I'll be a homeowner, I'll have some tax problems. Because when I told the IRS, when I had a claim where some of this money came from, and it was short-term capital gains, my tax bill for 1 year was more money than I'd ever made in 1 year in my life. The taxes, the short-term capital gains were that big. And that's when you write a check that big to the US government, part of you, like, you're sick to your stomach and you're thinking, I gotta figure out some stuff. I gotta figure out how government works. I gotta figure out how taxes work. Tax-Free Wealth by Tom Will Wright. Check that book out, because basically everyone who works their butt off or who does paper trading or has paper assets, you're screwed. You're screwed. You need to find a producing business like real estate, or as Davis was saying earlier, trucking. You know, you have to provide food, jobs, electricity, housing. You have to provide something that the government wants you to provide, and as a way of saying thank you, they give you tax breaks when you do that. When you're making a ton of money, unless you're making like a ton of money and you're playing by whatever loopholes and rules, the billionaires and multi like the centimillionaires, those are people that have 100 million or more, or even the decamillionaires. If you're a decamillionaire, you have 10 million or more. There's games and rules that these guys play by that aren't available to us right now. And I looked around and I talked to some of the Hexicans that had already been raped by taxes, some friends of mine. And they said, you need to check out Wealthability. You need to check out Tom Willwright's group. So we had a consultation with Wealthability, Tom Willwright's group, and they said, okay, we can definitely help you with some strategies and some investments and some ways to keep this from happening in the future, or lessen it in the future, and keep more of your money. But this is a really long process, guys. This is just months of meetings, months of planning, months of meeting with lawyers, setting up LLCs, setting up trusts, setting up all sorts of crazy stuff, right? And by the time we got it to where it's useful, I had wished that I'd started 2 years earlier. If I'd started 2 years before my first big payday, my first big cash out, my first, woohoo! And the thing was, I didn't even sell all that Hex. I didn't even take all those profits. But because I was selling from one coin to another, it's considered a taxable event. And because it was in the accounts that I was announcing or declaring to the IRS, there's no takebacks with government, right? Like, you just, it's tough. But like I said, I wish I'd started 2 years earlier. If you're a Hexican and you have any amount of T-shares, if you sacrificed for Pulse or PulseX, if you're involved in Hedron, Ecosa, Maximus, DAO, Team, any of these things, if you sacrifice for the projects on Pulse Chain, you're going to be facing millions of dollars in gains, most likely, and you're going to be facing hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes, most likely, depending on how you did it, and depending on when you sold, where you sold, that kind of stuff. And you're going to wish, when you hire a team of lawyers and financial advisors and CPAs and just all the advisors, when you have to find and create a relationship with a banker, like, boom, you're going to wish that you had done this years before the money gets real. You're going to wish that you had done it today. You're going to wish that you had read Tax-Free Wealth. You're going to wish that you had read The Power of Zero. And you're going to wish that you had started to set up these things and learn these things, because the money that I spent on the lawyers and accountants and financial advisors saved me thousands of X of what I paid. And I wish that someone had told me 2 years before, hey, you need to get this stuff in order. You need to figure out what you're going to invest in, how you're going to claim this money, how you're going to take it out. And you're going to wish that you had started a few exchanges like Coinbase or these other ones. Cash App is good for some people. You're going to wish that you had high amounts and the ability to move things in and out of checking accounts without it setting off red flags of being frozen. And you're going to wish that you had kept all of your receipts and wrote down what all the receipts were for and followed all that crap. Or you can fake your death, change your name, and move to another country. That's still on the cards. I'm not saying that that's not an option for you. Like, there's a lot of expats in our community, and there's a reason there's a lot of expats in our community, because sticking around in America and doing everything by the book in America, it's a part-time job. I'm not going to say it's a full-time job. Some days it's a full-time job, but usually it's a part-time job, just keeping stuff straight and figuring out what the rules are and how to keep your money, how to just do whatever you got to do. And like I said, I mean, the IRS doesn't go after actual rich people that can afford lawyers. The IRS goes after people who made $100,000 in a small business and didn't keep receipts and didn't do things by the book and don't have the money on hand to hire a lawyer. That's who they're going to go after. So anyways, that's, wow, 21 people here. That is insane. What do you guys I've been streaming for a long time. You guys missed, if you're joining me now, you guys missed the better part, which was definitely my daughter. I adore the hell out of her. She's smart, she's funny, she's just she doesn't approve of me watching Andrew Tate. Danny boy, I'm cash poor but t-shirt rich. It's a weird concept. It is a weird concept, but I'm telling you, Danny boy, 2024, I'm pretty sure is going to be the next crypto wave, or the spikle, as I call it. It's a spike and a cycle, and I'm a genius for coming up with the two words together. But this next spikle, I think, is going to happen because the next Bitcoin happening is at the end of 23 or beginning of 24, and the presidential and election cycle for 2024, where the government tells everyone that everything's wonderful with the economy, and they start the money printer up and they start sending out stimulus checks to everybody, and everyone starts buying the shit out of, stocks and bonds and real estate and thinking they're all going to be rich. And then Bitcoin goes all the way up to $100,000 or whatever it does on the next wave. I mean, hold on to it. Like, on paper, you're going to be scary rich, and you're going to have to be watching my buddy Matty Allen and taking his advice on sudden wealth syndrome, because that stuff is real. I wish I got in Maxi. I missed the boat, but jumped in on Perps. That's awesome, Daddy boy. Perps are an amazing way to be laddered and at the same time save a ton of money in fees. And also, it's liquid. So if there's an emergency, you're not looking at the penalties. However, if you do the diamond hands and you stake your perps, then you have the opportunity to get into some of the money of the people that stake and emergency end stake, right? So anyways, that's the perps are pretty awesome. But here's an idea. You can take your perps, you can ladder with the perps, you could diamond hand 90% of your perps and keep 10% liquid in case of an emergency or in case of an insane wave where you're like, I gotta take some profits on this wave. Because here's the deal, like a lot of people right now are worried about DCAing in. And that's great. You should be DCAing in right now because this is the bottom. This is close. If this isn't the bottom, we're close enough to the bottom to where anything you buy in the next 12, 15 months, I think, in my opinion, not financial advice, blah, 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 you're going to look back and be like, holy shit, I can't believe I got those coins for that price. It's not. It's amazing. It's amazing. But the time to think about your DCA is during the bull market. So in the bull market, you need to plan the bear market. And in the bear market, you should be planning the bull market. So right now, you should be looking at all of your bags and all of the bags that you're accumulating right now. And you should be looking at the next wave and say, okay, if this coin hits this price, I'm selling this percentage. If this coin hits this price, I'm selling this percentage. All the way up, because we never know how high the wave goes. No one knows. That's why you sell 10% or 5% or 50% or whatever your bag is. You sell a percentage, so you always have some to sell, right? And then when you're all the way up, you're planning for the bear market, right? So the bear market, all the way up, you're looking at your profits that you've taken, and you're planning, your taxes, or you're planning how to fake your death. But then you're also taking that stack of cash and you're looking all the way down from up high on this wave, because everything that goes up, everything crashes. It's insane, it's insane how high we can go. It's insane. We always go higher than you think we're going to go. We always crash lower than you think we're going to go. And we always stay down long in the bear market, getting kicked in the dick longer than we think we're going to get kicked. So we're sitting there with this giant bag of cash on top of the next wave. You need to be looking down there saying, okay, if we crash to this price, I'm buying this percent. If we crash to this price, I'm buying this percent. If we crash to this price, I'm buying this percent. And that's how you do it. And the only way I learned this was through a lot of pain, holding on to Bitcoin for years and years, riding the waves, riding the 2017 wave, right? And then coming all the way down and saying, there has to be a way for me to turn one Bitcoin into more Bitcoin by taking profits and buying back in. There's got to be a way. But obviously you don't want to lose your whole position, right? So anyways, that's just a little bit of my perspective and what I would encourage you guys to think about. Eddie Miller says, thanks, Hexray, you rock. I appreciate that. Hopefully we can do some lunch sometime when this bear market goes away. Hopefully soon. I also have Hedron and Icosa. It's free money. It is. It's free money. It's insane how much. Every time that I get a bunch of free coins that land in my lap that I wasn't planning on, I put them to work. I find somewhere. I stake them in Hex, stake them in Icosa. I stake them somewhere. I put them to work because it's just like sitting at a job site and a whole truckload of employees get off at the job site. Well, you don't send them away. You put them to work, right? Functional Crypto says, I'm hanging. It's good to be hanging with you. Honestly, this is gonna, well, every time I switch from screen to screen, it gets frozen, but I'm gonna, let's see, I just gotta make sure that we got plenty of wrenches in here. Island Life 369, you got a wrench, baby. Eddie Miller, you got a wrench. Make sure we got plenty of mods in here. Francis Powell, how in the world are you not a moderator, man? I met you in real life. You're like a real life awesome dude. All right, back to here. Back to, let's see if I can unfreeze this again. There we go. There we go. Unfrozen. Ah. So Eddie Miller says, I work here at the airport as an aircraft mechanic. Hopefully everyone here goes out and votes. Do not mail in your ballot. It won't count. It won't count. The Democrats will steal your vote. Eddie Miller, I got to tell you, I don't trust those Diebold machines at all. at all. Or million balance for that matter. I love this community. You all keep me healthy and strong-minded. Thanks, Danny boy. Hex is away. Largest Bitcoin miner going bankrupt. Holy cow. Island Life says we need a discussion group around this subject, meaning I'm guessing you're talking about taxes and trusts and CPAs and stuff like that. Functional Crypto, appreciate you. Thank you. Davis is back. Functional Crypto, I have a staking problem. I want T-shares, therefore no liquidity. You know what? Honestly, Functional Crypto, every day that I've been a Hexagon, I wish that I had more 5555 stakes, and I wish I had more liquid, always. And I've always tried to keep 10% of my crypto liquid. The problem is that the T-shares are so powerful and so good that I can't keep that 10% liquid ratio because the stake grows so fast that it overtakes that 10%, if that makes sense. Functional Crypto, been trying to buy Maxi now. Yeah, Maxi is a heck of a liquid coin to be in for sure. Davis, I'm super deep in Pulse and PulseX liquid loans. I mean deep because I'm going to make this next bull my life-changing wealth. I dumped 70% of my wealth into RH. You know what? A good friend of mine says you don't bet on the horses, you bet on the jockeys. And you could be referring to Grant Cardone in real estate or Brad Sumrock in real estate. You could be talking about RH in crypto. I totally agree. I've got my money riding on Richard Hart. I really, really do. I mean, the majority of my money is riding on Richard Hart by and far. Functional Crypto says wrecked. Island Life, thank you. You bet. Get Hex. I love it. So, anyways, I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, there's 19 people in here. There's been a lot of drama in our community about people talking about other coins, other projects. Everyone's trying to keep the Richard Hart ecosystem and the Hex ecosystem strong. And you can definitely tell there's a lot of people taking profit. There's a lot of short-term whales cashing out their interest. And there's a lot of straight-up Hexicans dumping their Hex to jump into sacrifices and pre-sales. And they're chasing the shiny object syndrome. And I really don't know how to convince people not to do this. I will say this. There are people that are creating coins with good intentions, and there are people creating coins wanting to rug you. For sure, it's crypto. I mean, it's so easy to take advantage of people in crypto that you can't help but run into scammers, artisans like that. And a lot of people are like, hey, and you know what? You could even have a coin and you could even have a good intention, and you might end up with a bug. You might end up with a problem with the law. You might end up with, people might just hate you anyways and sell your coin into oblivion, even if you give it out for free or whatever. And, I've seen some good coins come and go. Thankfully, we have a good enough community right now that's good at reading code, that's good at reading audits, that's good at looking for admin keys, looking for, whether the code's immutable or not, right? So it's pretty easy to wait and see if you're not sure about a project. And there's quite a few amazing people out in the Hexagon community that are really good at telling you. There's 3 or 4 guys that I listen to religiously that have never led me astray when looking into a project or checking the code or seeing if it's legit or not, right? And I've also not put the whole kit and caboodle. I haven't bet the whole farm on any of these new projects either. Even if you look at the sacrifice I made for Pulse and Pulse X, they're very little of my portfolio, even though I have a much stronger belief in those than almost any other project coming out, right? Megas in the house. Hey folks, what's up? Excuse me. I'm really trying to keep Hex centric and pray Hex continues its run. Functional crypto, I think that Hex changed the game, dude. Hex changed the game. I was around for years before Hex showed up. We had promise coins, we had roadmaps, we had bugs, we had rug pulls, fast rug pulls and slow rug pulls. We had straight up scams where they were complete liars, and you could tell that they were lying. It was their intention to lie and take your money. There are people that made $300 million on ICOs and never intended to finish their project or produce a coin or anything. They just had a really cool white paper, and they had really slick marketing, and they had pretty girls talking to you, talking about how much money and how many mad gains you were going to make on banana token and, you know, fly paper token and stupid stuff. And when Hex came with finished code, immutable, no admin keys, locked, and it did what when it did what it said. Think about it. How many times has the Hex code been changed or modified in almost, 2.5, 3 years? Almost 3. Nah. Functional Crypto says, I got rugged on a Tron scam and learned a lesson. Davis says, I still have my EOS from the ICO. Davis, dude, I feel you. I was following that EOS big time. I actually, speaking of betting on jockeys versus horses, there's a lot of time where I bet quite a bit on Dan. Dan Larimer. And he just never created anything that actually took off. Bristology, I'm loving how Hex is pumping and dropping with the other cryptos like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Makes me know there is here to stay for the long run. Yeah, for sure. So I get it, and I feel for everyone that has been trying to launch a project that's in the Hexagon community or talks to the Hexagon community, a lot of them are being attacked and very skeptical, and I totally get it. I understand why Hexagons are defensive. I understand. I was there for the first 2 years where every day was a dog fight on Twitter. Every day was a dog fight on YouTube. Every day we were like fighting to prove that Richard Hart was not trying to steal everyone in the world's money, because he didn't need to. He wanted to validate his ego. He wanted to validate his purpose and his mission on Earth of really leaving a mark, a positive mark in history, in humanity. That's who he is. That's who he is as a guy. I've listened to I would say about 800 hours of Richard Hart on the low end, probably more, because I listened to a lot of it more than once. And when you listen to somebody talk for 800 hours, you can tell if the kind of where their heart is and where their intentions are. You can also see their abilities and their capabilities. Davis says things like Zen makes our community look bad. You know what? Maybe it does. It does. I'll tell you what. The arguing back and forth, telling people what to do with their money. Look, if you go off and you spend an insane amount of money on Ethereum, and you never get that money back, I feel sorry for you, especially if you're a fellow Hexagon that's looking to put money into it, right? Davis says 800 hours, 100% trust. No, seriously, it's like, if I met him, I feel like I know Richard Hart as well as I would know him on that level as a friend or an associate, someone that hangs out with him. in a social setting or in a public setting. Excuse me. I got a silly cough they brought back. It's not great. Oh my goodness. Tinder Hot XYZ, best adult dating site. Guys, I'm gonna have to quit. I'm gonna have to stop this stream and go check out this dating site. It's the best one. So anyways, I'm not sure why all these are here. Literally, we have 22 wrenches in the chat, and they're just y'all are sleeping on the dating bots. Anyways, so check this out. I was trying to figure out, I saw all these coins develop within the Richard Hart ecosystem, right? So we saw Ethereum, Icosa, Hedron, Maximus DAO, just really cool projects, HSI stakes and things like that. And I thought there's got to be a way to tie all of these together with one token that doesn't become a sacrifice token, right? There's got to be a way to write a smart contract. And to be honest and to be fair, Team, Poly, Maximus, and the Perps are killing it as far as locking up value and incentivizing people to practice delayed gratification. Because at the end of the day, it's literally a group of us all saying, hey, I'm gonna hang off and push this thing up into the stratosphere before I take a bunch of profits. And then it's just kind of like wait and see. It's, it's a truth machine. So anyways, without giving away too much, I haven't tweeted about this or really shared anything on stream about this, but I've got an idea for a token based on delayed gratification. If I could attach it to the Richard Hart ecosystem, I would. But there's really no way to attach it to the Richard Hart ecosystem without also attaching a sacrifice coin to get dumped, right? So I've got an idea for a token based on delayed gratification, and it's a little hardcore, it's a little extreme, and I know without a doubt that I'm gonna lose some friends, and I'm gonna get some heat and some hate for if I launch this token. But after what I've seen in the ecosystem, basically there's some things that I wish that there's a coin that I wish existed, and it doesn't quite exist. There's a lot of coins that have similar traits and have a lot of the same mechanic and design, but I kind of want to tweak things and make them a little more extreme, a little more hardcore, a little more severe, if you would. And if I want to see this coin, I'm probably going to have to found this coin. I'm going to be the founder of this coin. And it is what it is. I really honestly want to create this coin because I want it to exist and I want to be able to invest in this coin. That's really honestly what my motivation for it, and I don't know, I'll be able to talk some more about this in the future, but right now it's just in the idea phase, let's say. So, and what do I know? I'm just X-Ray Vision. I'm just the guy that streams occasionally and loves hanging out with hexagons and drives my RV around the country. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, anyone who says that I'm not a Hexican because if I launch a coin, you probably don't know me that well. You probably haven't met me and spent some time hanging out with me. Davis says, call it shave ice. I love it. Yeah, no, it's fleshed out pretty well. There's a couple things I need to finish figuring out. I am discussing it with a team of people. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited, and there's no better time to do this stuff than in the bear market anyways. Because think about it, like if this were on the bull run and everyone were FOMOing into it, and then it crashes the next year, what are you gonna do? Davis is asking, is it rags? It's actually right now the team has requested to stay anonymous for now. But I'm probably not going to talk too much about it until the code is written, the code is audited, and it's actually ready to go. Like I'm not going to go on and promote a coin or take any sacrifice for it until it is like 100% done, because I want it to be held up to the same standards as Hex, as far as locked, immutable, trustless. And then when you let it go, it either sinks or swims, right? So anyway, holy monkey balls, 2 hours and 11 minutes. Better to wait for show. Yeah, well, and honestly, like I was afraid. There was a long time when I was afraid that the Hexicans would turn on me and not be my friends anymore. I was afraid that people would call me, a scammer, a leech, a vampire, whatever. But then I looked around, and then for the last 2 years, year and a half, I've been real estate. I've been retired from truck driving for about a year and a half now. And if I look back on that year and a half, I spent a good portion of it enjoying freedom and enjoying my family and doing things on that bucket list. But the majority of the time I've spent in retirement has been streaming, learning, onboarding, supporting, and trying to grow this community, because this community is the most special thing in my life. And I'm not worried about anyone kicking me out of the community or shutting me or calling me bad names. I mean, shit, I'll keep listening to Andrew Tate even if my daughter gets mad at me. But yeah, there's just, at some point you gotta try to do whatever you can. Hex is the way. Extreme or harsh techonomics might be good, but also having it be fun would be a plus. Yeah, I want to ramp up the game theory on a lot of this stuff. I'm designing this token so that it doesn't really require mass adoption. I mean, that sounds silly, but the most important thing any coin can have is a community. And if I have to build a community from scratch, I can do it. I'll do it. But at the same time, there's going to be some hardcore nerds that are going to want the high score on this game. They're going to be competing. There's a lot of competitive nerds in crypto that cannot help but play some of these games. And then, like I said, the extreme and the harsh tokenomics, they're not forgiving at all. They're not. Like, Hex, in a lot of ways, has some punishments. I mean, think about the penalty you pay during if you have a big payday stake. The last 24 hours of that stake, you're literally getting paid like 30 to 50% of the tokens in the last 24 hours, because of that bonus. You're not going to keep that bonus if you EES, right? But at the same time, if you staked after a big payday, and like for instance, when this wave hits, the next wave, when the next bull run wave hits, people would be stupid not to emergency end stake and lose half of their coins, because the price is going to be so ridiculously high on all of the cryptocurrencies that if you don't take some of the profits, and like I said, it's better to have this planned out now than to it be a knee-jerk reaction when the price spikes. But if you didn't take out, like there are some stakes that if you had emergency end staked when we were at 50 cents, you'd have a hell of a lot of dry powder right now. Even if you emergency end stake a portion of your stakes, even if you paid the big payday penalty, because I know what some of my stakes were at when we were at 50 cents. Now, that's not to say that obviously just delayed gratification and waiting for the next wave and waiting for a wave after them coming out isn't a good thing. That's obviously the best thing, right? But there's a lot of people that didn't have a lot of stakes, and they could have come ahead with a lot more dry powder in this bear market. And some of the smart OG traders that have been around the block for a while, they took some profits there, and they're really glad they did. Let's see here. EES is a sacrifice to OA and the staker class. Exactly. So when you are paying this penalty, it is going to the stronger hands. It's not going, whatever you walk with, whatever you keep after the penalty is most likely going to be dumped on the market. But the penalties you pay are going to stay with the strong hands for sure. And 2030 hex stakes will be at 50% in 2025. 2030 hex stakes will be at 50% in 2025. Yes, yeah, they'll be 50% served. But if they have the bigger pays better bonus on them, then you're not walking away with that, right? The 10-year stakes. Yeah, the 10-year stakes. So yeah, that's true. Yeah, the 10-year stakes will be halfway served. But like I said, look at your stakes with the big payday bonus. Look at your stakes without them, and yeah, you could definitely EES and take half of your principal, or sorry, all of your principal, and then you'd be giving away your bonuses and your interest, right? But if you gave away your bonus and your interest, your bonus, because if you made a 10-year stake with a big payday bonus on it, that big payday bonus could triple, or I think it's like triple your stakes. Let me see, hang on. I can't do it on here. Where's my son of a... Anyways. Excuse me again for the cough. I apologize for the coughing. I came back from Texas and from Vegas with this junk in my throat, and then we went deer hunting in the cold weather, and I'm just nursing it on like oregano oil and peppermint oil and hot bath and Vicks. I've got Vicks all over my chest, my neck right now to get this crap out. But anyways, yeah, a lot of people could be ESing, and like I said, I think that I don't think that the 4-year cycle of Bitcoin's going away for at least 2 more cycles, at least, unless something drastic happens in between 24 and 28. I think that's the next wave. I think you're going to get these 4-year crazy cycles where the pendulum swings one way and then the reward's cut in half and it swings the other way. And you got everyone trying to front run the alt bull run, right? The alt season. You got everyone trying to front run the crashes. You got everyone I think that's why we saw that weird ass double top. Was you had this top where everyone started to front run the crash, and then the big institutions, in my opinion, said, whoa, we haven't exited yet. And you see it go blip, just long enough for the big boys to get out, and then that's what I think. I think you're seeing more manipulation in the crypto market, not less, for sure. So anyways, it's been almost 2.5 hours. I just wanted to come down and talk to you guys and hang out with you guys. Everyone here, I'm honored to have you in my chat, except for Tinder Hot XYZ Best Adult Dating Site. I don't know you. I don't trust you. I'm not giving you a wrench. So that's the way it is. And even though my daughter's not here and will probably never watch this and hear this, I really appreciate her coming hanging out with me on stream in this chair right here. And here she is. Thank you for being on stream with me. I really appreciate it. You made the stream fire.
Okay. Go to bed.
I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed. And hey, Francis, great to see you, man. Great to be here. Yeah, the Hexkin space is a special space. It's one of the most special communities I've ever been a part of in my life. I really appreciate this community and the friends I've made here. In fact, if I could reach some of the picture frames in my office here, you would see that my Hex Ray chick did such a lovely service to me. She took a bunch of pictures of me and the Hexicans from different meetups and put them in here, and they're awesome. And so, Hex Island Life, yeah, go back and check it out. We're just goofing around. It's good to have her. Travis, gang. Great to meet you in Houston. Definitely, Francis, definitely. Houston it blew my mind how many cool Hexicans are in Houston, and how strong the TNM showed up in full force there too, like crazy. So anyways, I bid you guys adieu, good night, sleep tight, and pleasant dreams to you. To the wish and prayer that every dream come true from now until we meet again. Adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, and we'll catch you later. And just to piss off Rags, I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all around the world. I don't know how he ends that one, but yeah, he's not going to watch us either. If I'm being honest. But you guys are awesome. Love you. We'll talk to you soon. I'll keep trying to get more daily-ish streams up to you. And I really, honestly, I need to get way more of our content out to you. We have all this stuff that we shot at Burning Man, at E11, on the Texan tour that I'm excited to show you guys. I had all this copyright music that I love, and I was going to put it in there and just take the copyright strikes, because I'm like, I don't care, they can take my ad revenue. But then it turns out if you get a bunch of copyright strikes, they just ban your channel. So I got to find some more music that doesn't suck to put with some of this footage. We'll get that out to you guys. And I've got my daughter, that goes by Hunter. I've got her working down here in the studio, and she's actually picking up this computer stuff really fast. And yeah, so other than that, you guys have a beautiful evening, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.